That belongs in a museum.
Here. And both these guys just going through the motions so far. Palmblad trying to reduce Samuel's early aggression. Samuel just playing out his hand in the order that it comes to him, and certainly he's had a pretty nice start so far.
Yep, that is true. I mean, it's pretty straightforward, as you said. Palmblad needs to just decrease the damage that is coming to his face, while Samuel just needs to put as much pressure as possible, and he needs to be mindful about weapon removal. There's one acidic Swampus in his opponent's deck, and he actually kind of checked for it, because he had attack with his weapon last turn, so he knows that there's no acidic Swampus, because it would have been played just to decrease the amount of damage, and that means the road is free for blah blah.
With the upgrade in hand.
Well, Pummel doesn't know that, of course, but if he plays Ice Block this turn, he needs to take into account that next turn he is gonna get at least 8 damage. Corcoran Elite, it's 12. That's like, you know, the full mana value from Samuel that he can do. So he goes, instead of Ice Blocking, he just goes into Hero Power mode. Interesting choice, because he had Frost Nova for the upcoming turn to sustain some damage, get closer to the turn 6 and heal up. And wow, that's actually an interesting choice.
He's got to make it to turn 6. In this case...
And 2 damage from the Arcane Shot, and that's exactly 7. So Palmblood is on his toes. Even with a Frost Nova, he's still dead.
Even if he puts up the block this turn, it's the only thing that's going to save him. But then he will be on 5 on the following turn, and 5 does not equal 6. That is not enough mana to be able to play the Reno.
The decision of... Oh my god. Okay, so, what I wanted to say, let me just finish the thought and then correct myself, because he was being punished by using the hero power on turn 3 instead of developing the ice block, because that would have been two more damage, but ice block was already developed. But in this case, he has another ice block for turn 5 into turn 6 Reno. That is huge. That is actually insane how huge it is.
I'm trying to think of some other mage spell that could have gotten him to turn 6. I do not think there is one. There's nothing that you have that can shut down board, weapon, and hero power, except Ice Block, which actually just makes you immune. That is exactly what Palmblad needed to be able to live until turn 6. Question is it going to be enough to heal up to full? Will he not just be dead in the several turns after? It's looking like he's gonna have enough time. He's able to remove the deckhand on the same turn that he plays the block, and now this board is not all that threatening.
And Samuel is just drawing really powerful cards. The upgrade puts another, like, wow, how much damage is that, right? Wants you to play the upgrade first, it adds +1 damage on the Blood Raider as well, but the Acidic Swampus wasn't yet played. And he knows that he cannot attack within this turn, so he might actually just wait with that one card. It will also bluff what is it in his hand, and if there will be an Acidic Swampus, he will be able to just play another weapon. But at the same time, the only possibility for Palmblood to not die next turn is Reno Jackson. So the Acidic Swampus can't even be played.
Okay, so Palmblad plays Reno. He goes back up to 30. Samuel has 8, 11, 14, 15, 21, 23 with the hero power. That is 29 damage. I believe, I could be mistaken here, but let's see how this plays out. 6, 8, and then the 6, that's 14. Samuel had 29 damage on the turn immediately following the Reno Jackson. He was 1 damage off lethal here, and now Palmblad would need to clear the board and then heal up on the following turn. He has the Flame Strike and he has the Refreshment Vendor. He does not have 11 mana. Samuel, over the course of 2 turns, is going to be able to close out this game.
Wow, that's crazy. The Leroy Jenkins draw here, it's just insane amount of damage. And Samuel can just go through the entire deck list of Palmblood and see like, what can he do? There's a Blizzard, that's fine. I have a weapon. I have hero power. He can actually attack Palmblood from every single angle. There's only one, okay, from one angle he doesn't have a damage, and that will be Mortal Strike, basically. So a direct damage from his hand. Oh, he waits with the Leroy Jenkins, doesn't want to put minions on his opponent's board. Ace turn, he's putting his opponent to 1. He adds +2 attack on his opponent's board. Plays around any taunt minions. but Stormblood isn't playing any, right? There's no second-rate bruiser in this deck. There's not. So there's no taunt minion, so that's something that he had taken into the account.
Well, Heroic Strike is drawn as well, so that is 10 damage maximum if Samuel wanted it. Certainly more than enough. And we're keeping Rexar in our mind, even though hasn't made any appearance this weekend.
And last.
0 hunters, but the steady shot